Hello, this is Fatima. I'm back with Parenting is Planning. If you're raising children in the society known as the United States of America, aka Babylon, then you should tune into this channel. Not only do I have 30 plus years of working in human services, working with children, families, youth, addiction, I even had a stint at the United Nations. This is the channel for you. If you're a new parent, if you're a mature parent, if you're a grandparent, the society is swallowing our children. It's swallowing our families. Only the strong will survive because we are in an all-out war based on social Darwinism, and we are told that entertainers, athletes, and housewives of Atlanta are our role models, and our children are addicted to social media. I read a post this morning that a woman said, her mother said, her 7-year-old child had a tantrum because she took the iPad away. And she was reaching out. She wanted to know if this was normal. Yes, it's normal. These technologies are set up to steal the minds, souls, and money from you, your children, and your bank account. This is the Parenting is Planning channel, and please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Now, we have been in the midst of a gender war, all-out gender war for at least 30 years that I know of, but it has become acutely aware to me that men and women, particularly in the Black communities, are at war with each other. Women are becoming empowered for economic, social, political reasons. It's blamed on the movements of feminism. And men are being deballed, for lack of a different term. Men are being marginalized, and they are blaming feminism and overly aggressive women. Particularly Black women are the poster child for aggressiveness and masculinity. Black women say, well, we've had to be strong and self-sufficient and independent in order to survive and raise our children because we can't rely on men. And Black women are saying, you've been lied to, you've been hoodwinked. The society has made you into a man and you're not worthy of becoming a wife. So, because I'm old, this is what I see. We all have masculine and feminine energy. Women have 80% feminine energy and 20% masculine energy. And men have 80% masculine energy and 20% feminine energy. And this is in the metaphysical realm. Excuse me. It's also physiological and primordial, meaning it goes all the way back to when human beings were created. Whether you believe in the biblical creation or the evolutionary creation process, we were wired to live a certain way in society, in relatively small communities, in a subsistence economy before the Industrial Revolution of the 20th century. So we were interdependent, codependent, and relied on each other to fulfill certain roles. Move forward a couple of decades. After the Industrial Revolution and after World War II, women were in the marketplace. We were working, we were earning money, and that gave us a certain amount of social and economic power, which women had never really had before. And with that power, we were able to make choices whether or not we would stay in a marriage. Now, I know people are saying that 80% of divorces are filed by women. That's technically true. And that's because after dealing with a man for 5, 10, 15, 20 years that a woman may have a lot of issues with, there comes a tipping point where she decides, I can't take it anymore. I've tolerated the infidelity, I've tolerated the gambling, I've tolerated the unemployment, I've tolerated the lack of ambition. So now I'm going to go to court and I'm going to file for divorce. Whereas men can tolerate a whole lot from a woman. Why? Because he has side chicks. He has outside women. That's why men don't file for divorce. They have the best of all the worlds. And then they get to come home, put their feet up, and do it all again the next day. So we're going to do some more discussions on that, but I just wanted to mention that. So regarding the children who are being raised by single mothers or women who choose not to have a man in their home, or divorced mothers or widowed mothers, that 20% of femininity becomes increased. 80% of femininity, becomes increased over time, because a woman is not made to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week to provide and to protect her children. She starts to lose her feminine energies to the masculine world, because we were not made to live that way. It comes across as overbearing, aggressive, and masculine. And the same goes for men who are not providing and protecting, and who have been marginalized, say they don't have employment, consistent employment. Men like this, who are going to rely on their mothers or their grandmothers or their aunties or their girlfriends or their baby mamas, they tend to become softer, because that natural way of providing and protecting has been reduced. So hence we start to notice that they're being taken care of. And in being taken care of, let me make sure my microphone is, my producer's looking at me. To make sure that these men are taken care of, which is what women do. We're caregivers, natural caregivers and caretakers. We will sometimes accommodate and enable the man. We see it a lot with sons of single mothers. The man is not in the house, so the boy is supported in a way that sometimes is very unnatural. So he grows up surrounded by a lot of feminine energy. His mother, his grandmother, his mother's friends, his mother's sisters, a lot of feminine energy. And there's a breakdown in the balance between man and woman. So the fact that some men have not been able to tap into their masculine energy is very seductive for a woman to buy you a $400 pair of Jordans. It's very seductive to have your bills paid. And then the breakdown takes place when the woman realizes, because she becomes disgusted, she starts to feel disdain for this man. Hence, we have homeless shelters full of men who are capable of working. This is something that we need to really look at more closely. There's a cause and an effect for the gender wars, but we need to examine what happened to us. It's nobody's fault. It's a reaction to unhealthy and unnatural circumstances that we need to look further into. And I plan to proceed and delve deeply into these subjects in later videos. So please, like and subscribe, or dislike, but come back. Thank you. This is Fatima signing off from Parenting is Planning.